Hello, my name is Ken Spero. I am the president and co-founder of SchoolSims, and I'm delighted to welcome you back to our series on how simulation training supports broader goals and efforts within our schools, districts, and in our university programs. And today I really wanted to focus on one of the key benefits that simulations provide, which is really getting at the opportunity for developing self-efficacy within our teachers, our administrators, counselors, et cetera, within the confines of professional development. So when we think about this idea of professional development, the first stage is to think about, okay, so what is it that we're trying to do is imbue new skills, new strategies, knowledge of frameworks, et cetera, in practitioners in terms of how they're going to do their job. But almost more importantly is going to be the ability to deliver, to execute on these skill sets and these frameworks, especially in the confines of schools, where the unpredictable is what happens. That's the order of the day, right? Everything is going to be new in terms of how you're dealing with students, how you're dealing with staff, how you're dealing with parents, how you're dealing with communities. And it changes on a momentary basis. And one's ability to execute in that context is going to be dependent on your confidence. And so what we see is being able to look at things from the professional development perspective, but at the same time thinking about how do we translate this into the confidence that participants will have as they face these issues on a day-to-day basis. So when we break down the process of professional development, the first step is obviously to think about what are the skills and capabilities we need to have in our aspiring leaders, in our teachers, et cetera. And then to actually find ways to deliver on that, right? It's complicated when you're talking about needing to take into account both the content needs, but also the time, right? When do you do it? How do you do it? How much time do you do it? Because the job is consuming in terms of the amount of time that it takes. But then the question is, okay, so once we've delivered content, how about this issue of efficacy? How do we get at that opportunity to build confidence? We don't want to necessarily have the just the rigid knowledge of what to do because it can break down in terms of how it manifests when it's messy, right? That's where the self-efficacy really comes in. That's the opportunity for what we call in healthcare deliberate practice, the opportunity to be in the moment, so to speak, where it doesn't present the way it did in the module, where it doesn't present the way it did in the book. And you need to be able to dance, if you will, and not only be confident in the decision that you're making, even though you may be uncertain, but at the same time be confident that you can handle the consequences that are going to happen. And this obviously can result in being able to have improved student learning, higher satisfaction because of well-being, and stronger school culture and teamwork, obviously from the standpoint of once you have that efficacy, it opens you up to the idea of the importance of experience, which simulations are providing, which is the opportunity to engage in these kinds of situations and be able to practice with making decisions, again, even under uncertainty, and then be able to navigate. And so by being able to value what experience provides, you also gain insight into the experience of others and the opportunity to have that, call it humility, if you will, to understand that I don't have to have the answers. It's okay. I don't have to feel badly or like a failure because I don't know the answers, but have the confidence that even though I don't know, I can actually make a decision, or I can reach out and call a friend because I know that I'm not alone in this. And again, that goes to enhance climate and culture of teamwork, et cetera, and ultimately to improving well-being. And what we're finding is that from the standpoint of what we're hearing, that 80% of educators are reporting increased self-efficacy based on participating in simulation type activities, especially when they're scalable from the standpoint of browser-based applications, and also from the standpoint of leadership, that they're finding that 40% increase in leadership self-efficacy when, again, the issue is not, do I know what to do? It's, do I have the strategies and do I have the confidence that I can actually apply them? Because the situations that we face are going to be unique from situation to situation. And so what we're seeing further from the data is that what we're looking at is opportunities to increase the retention of knowledge, which is, yes, we're conveying all kinds of information within our professional development activities. The question is how much can you retrieve it when you need it, right? The retention of the information, that it sticks. And also the opportunity to reduce anxiety. That's so much of what's happening from a turnover and churn perspective in our teacher shortage, in our administrator shortage, is just because the job is really hard. And the opportunity to reduce some of that anxiety, again, to improve the well-being, to improve the opportunity to be part of a broader climate, and to feel like I've got the skills that are necessary. And also, as part of that efficacy is going to be an understanding of the importance of feedback, and to reflect on what happens, to have the confidence to be able to look back at mistakes that we make during the course of our days and be able to reflect on why did that happen and how can I work to make sure that either I get it better the next time, maybe not get it right, but get it better, and the opportunity to know different ways that I might be able to, or different strategies that I might employ in order to continue to move the ball forward, if you will, in terms of focusing on student achievement, focusing on our own ability to continue and to build a more positive climate in our schools. So with that, thank you again for attending this latest version of our approach to dealing with simulations in our school environment, and I look forward to being in touch with you soon.